Welcome to Mining's Impact on Environment and Society, a pathway to sustainable development. I am Tijana Vulević, Associate Professor at the University of Belgrade, Faculty of Forestry. In this video, we will explore the environmental and social impacts of mining through its life cycle, the public perception, role of the key stakeholders, and transformations needed in the sector to achieve sustainable development. To understand environmental and social impacts better, it is important to focus on two mining methods, surface mining and underground mining. Surface mining occurs near the Earth's surface and often involves open pit mining, mountaintop removal, and strip mining or open cast mining. Underground mining is used when the mineral deposits are located deeper below the surface. Underground mining can be more complex and costly, while surface mining is often cheaper, safer for workers, but can cause serious environmental impacts. The greatest environmental impact comes from the open pit mining. However, all types of surface mining results in considerable environmental impacts and alterations of the landscape. Each phase of the mining life cycle contributes to these changes in different ways. First, the exploration disturbs land through drilling and sampling. Next, development often involves large-scale clearing to make rooms for roads, infrastructure, and open pits. During extraction, vast amounts of soil and rock are removed, significantly altering the terrain. Processing generates wastes, often very toxic, which require careful management. Closure involves site rehabilitation, and after closure, ongoing monitoring is required to mitigate negative impacts. One of the significant negative impacts of mining is deforestation. Mining-related tree cover loss has been steadily rising, particularly in the tropical primary rainforests, which are one of the world's most carbon-rich and biodiverse ecosystems, as well as in the protected area and territory of indigenous people. In total, 1.4 million hectares of forest have been lost due to the mining in the period between 2000 and 2020. The most of the mining-related tree cover loss and emissions have occurred in just 11 countries. Indonesia leads with around 370,000 hectares of tree cover loss. And the loss of the forest results in the loss of their numerous functions and services, including carbon sequestration. Mining activities generate a large amount of waste, including waste rock, tailings, and slag, which are disposed of within the mine sites or outside, but appropriate management is required to prevent environmental degradation and pollution. Here we can see a stable tailings storage facility. However, heavy rainfall and poor management can cause tailings storage facility failure, releasing waste into the rivers and causing serious environmental damages, including forest destruction, water pollution, but also acid-made drainage, as acid runoff can significantly pollute water and reduce pH value of the surrounding water courses and pose risk to the living organisms, agriculture, and environment. Mining activities such as drilling, blasting, transportation of mined material, as well as the waste rock, generate a dust that can pose a significant health respiratory issues. Mining activities also release toxic gases, which are a major environmental concern. For instance, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides can contribute to the acid rain that degrades soils, pollutes water, and damages forests. In addition to the environmental impacts, mining also has significant social impacts. And these impacts can manifest across different areas, such as economic opportunities, employment, land use, demographic shifts, health, and more. Social impacts can be categorized in both positive and negative. Regarding positive impacts, mining can boost local economies, generating jobs and supporting business opportunities, leading to the infrastructure improvements and increased income households. Mining can also support education and training. On the other hand, mining can lead to the income inequality, as the wealth is not always distributed equitably. Mining can fuel corruption, and mining communities may face problems such as gender imbalance, child labor, forced displacement, violation of human rights, health and safety risks. There are several economic indicators that can be used to assess contribution of the mining sector to the country's development. These indicators could include GDP contribution, employment, export revenue, government revenues through taxes and royalties, foreign direct investments, and more. In many countries across South America, Africa, and Central Asia, mining sector significantly contributes to the national economies. For instance, in South Africa, mining accounts for 6.3% of the GDP and has a steady growth in the workforce number. Mining is also vital in some parts of Europe. For instance, in Sweden, Finland, Bulgaria, and Serbia, metal ore extraction in tons per capita range from 3.5 to 8.4, indicating both the intensity of the operations and the significance of the economy. For instance, Serbia has faced increase in the mining contribution to the GDP, employment, and wages. Analyzing public perceptions of mining provides insights into acceptance, awareness, and concerns. When discussing public perception of mining, three important questions arise. How do people perceive it? Has this perception changed over time? And what are the main drivers of these perceptions? For some, mining is considered positively due to the economic benefits. However, others are focused more on negative impacts, including environmental degradation and social conflicts. And these views has shifted through the history, as illustrated by pre-industrial, industrial, and modern eras. In the earlier period, mining was considered as a catalyst of progress and economic growth, while the environmental and social impacts were largely overlooked. Over time, social conflicts emerged due to the unhealthy, unsafety working conditions and worker exploitations, followed by the environmental concerns. And this has led to rapidly move toward more balancing between benefits and challenges, and prompting the adoption of more sustainable practices. Drivers of the negative public perception of mining are related to the numerous social, environmental, and ethical issues, including environmental degradation, natural resources depletion, negative impact on the local communities, indigenous people, accidents and health risk, profit at all cost mentality, corruption, and contribution to climate changes. But mining also has a positive impacts such as provide jobs, contribute to the economic growth, generate government revenue, attract foreign investments, while transparent operations, biodiversity conservation, and support to the green transition can change its perception. There are several key stakeholders in the mining industry, such as workers, local community, government, investors, and other, and their level of engagement varies from being informed to full collaboration. Mine managers, along with other workers, should contribute to the sustainable mining operations through the 5 areas: economy, efficiency, safety, community, and environment. The mining companies are increasingly employing women, reflecting a broader commitment to inclusive and diverse practices. The role of the governments in the mining is enforcing regulations and policy, issuing permits and licenses, collecting taxes, royalties, and fees which can be reinvested into public services, and ensuring compliance with the environmental and safety standards. Also, the governments should protect the local communities and the rights of the indigenous peoples. Local communities play a key role in the mining by engaging with the companies and authorities to ensure transparency and fair decision making. Their involvement in impact monitoring, advocacy, cultural preservation, and social accountability contributes to the sustainable and social responsible practices. Sustainable development in mining industry should start with the well-accepted definition, which is to meet our own needs without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. And sustainable development should involve integration of activities through three important areas: economic, ensuring economic growth; ecological, protecting natural resources and environment; and social, ensuring employees' well-being and fostering community development. Achieving sustainability requires transformation of operations to protect biodiversity, optimize use of energy and technology, reduce impacts on the land and environment, address indirect and cumulative impacts, strengthen rehabilitation approaches, and compensate for residual impacts. In the context of sustainable development, efficient water management is crucial. The industry sector is facing challenges related to both water scarcity and excess water. Water scarcity involves solutions which are to use alternative water sources like treated wastewater and desalinated water, and optimal usage of water, applying advanced technologies such as magnetic resonance that can be used to identify high-grade ore portion. To address excess water, it is important to implement the dewatering system and employ predictive measures in order to manage and mitigate flooding issues. Companies should strengthen the rehabilitation approaches, and each mine site should be closed in a stable and sustainable manner. The key successful elements of the mine closure are ensuring both physical and chemical stability, facilitating socio-economic transition, and engaging relevant stakeholders through the entire process. After the mine closure, the land can be repurposed into wildlife habitat, forestry, agricultural area, recreational area, wetlands, benefiting both environment and society. And applying sustainable practices and technologies with responsible use of resources, we can reduce the negative impacts of the mining sector. But to truly achieve sustainability, we also need strong institutions and involvement of the local communities. Thanks for learning with us.